Before optically focusing a fluorescence image on the confocal microscope, you need to focus the image using transmitted light first. To learn how to do this, refer to the video on optical imaging. Once the sample is focused, turn off the transmitted light using the off button to the left side of the microscope. Switch the power supply for the mercury light, labeled Intensilight, to the on position. Next, you will need to decide which wavelength of light to use. There are 3 available filter cubes to choose from: UV, blue, and green. DAPI fluorescence will absorb the UV light and emit blue light through the eyepiece. FITC, or fluorescein, will absorb blue light and emit green. TRITC, or rhodamine, will absorb green light and emit red. To change to the desired filter, rotate the filter cubes on the microscope to the appropriately labeled tag. They are labeled by their initials UV, B, and G. Switch the shutter to the open position. The shutter on the microscope is labeled O for open and C for closed. The shutter can also be opened and closed from the Intensilight box. If the fluorescence imaging is not working, check that both of these switches are in the open position. To change between 10x, 20x, and 60x objectives, first press Escape to lower the nose piece. You can manually select your objective by using the rotator beneath the stage. If using the 60x objective, be sure to add a small drop of oil to the objective's nose piece before refocusing. Once you have finished selecting your objective, press Refocus on the right side of the microscope to raise the nose piece back to the desired location. It is important to adjust the light intensity to a desirable level. If the fluorescence intensity is too bright, it may quickly quench the samples. There are several ways of adjusting the light intensity. One way is to adjust the neutral density filter found on the Intensilight box. The knob is labeled with numbers between 1 and 32, 1 being the brightest and 32 the dimmest. Additional neutral density filters can also be found to the right of the microscope. Slide these filters inward to decrease the light intensity. Look through the eyepiece while adjusting the large knobs on either side of the confocal to focus the image in the Z direction. As the display will show you, rotating the knob towards you will raise the nose piece, while rotating the knob away will lower the nose piece. Switch between coarse, fine, and extra fine focusing using the buttons on the right or left sides of the microscope. The stage can be laterally positioned in the X and Y directions using the joystick. You can also twist the joystick to adjust between coarse, fine, and extra fine motion. The Z focus can also be adjusted from the joystick using the knob on the right-hand side.